Tell you what I'm gonna do, Leaf. I'm gonna call that $10.
Here's your 10. And 10 more. His luck can't go on forever.
I wish you fellas had stopped fussing that way. After all, I didn't want to play this dang game in the first place. There's, your 10. And, there's another 10.
Well, I got your new saddle in my carbine, so let's go.
Yeah, wait a minute, Adam. Let me play this hand up. That's $20 to me, right? All right, I ain't got but 10, so I'm 10 in the pot.
I'm gonna call that 10.
You mean you've lost all that $400 my brother paid you for that horse?
Look, I feel bad enough as it is now. Just be quiet, will you? Let's see your cards, eh?
Ain't it a caution how them cards just fell together?
I never did see such a town. I lost my poke, I lost my horse, I lost the money I got for the horse. I'm getting out of here while I still got boots to walk in.
Goodbye, fella.
Well, Leif, looks like you won yourself a little pile of money there. How much did you lose, big brother?
Oh, he only lost exactly $160.
$160? Boy, you need a keeper.
Dad, burn it, Adam, I felt lucky.
Well, the next time you feel lucky, let me know, will you? I'll see if I can't lock you up somewhere. Well, let's get this horse back to the ranch.
Wait a minute, Adam. You can't take that horse away from here.
What are you talking about? You gave him the $400 for the horse, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the horse trader lost the $400 to me.
Well, that's his bad luck.
Oh, well, the horse had a little bad luck, too. He lost $160.
Why don't you sue him for it?
Oh, I wouldn't sue him. I'd just, sell the horse.
You a what?
Adam, look. After I borrowed that first 100, Leif here made me put the horse up for security on the rest of it.
Security?
Yeah. Security.
Yeah, security.
You know, if you weren't so big, I'd just poke you one right in the mouth. Well, we'll get you your 160 somehow.
Yeah, and make it soon, or I'll sell him. I got enough Hayburners around here already.
Leif, how come you're so ornery?
It's the business I'm in. These critters standing around, eating and drinking and making me do all the work. I just hate them.
Like you hate poker.
Yeah. I'm just plain mean.
Yeah, you sure are.
Hey, Adam, maybe we get that money off Paul, huh?
For a thoroughbred racehorse? You know how he feels about horses that can't earn their keep.
Yeah, but what if we explain to him about the sweepstakes in Virginia City at the end of the month and the winner taking $1,500?
Yeah, but you gotta win to get it.
Adam would have the only thoroughbred racehorse in the whole race.
Well, he may have the only thoroughbred horse in the race that's gonna lose. Man, of all the fool things, you sure take the prize.
Dadgummit, Adam. We'll get it somehow.
If I'd have known what you were doing, I never would have spent the rest of the money on your saddle and my rifle.
Oh, let me see your new rifle.
Hey, see somebody's got himself a brand new saddle.
Yeah, Paul got it down Lone Star leather.
Oh, don't tell me Lev Davis made this.
Handmade all the way through.
Yeah, that's mail came in for you, too.
Oh, what a beauty.
Joseph, will you take your feet off the settee?
Yes, sir. I saw this rifle down at Spence Pullens. Sure wish I could afford one like it.
Well, if you saved your money, you could.
Yeah, you ain't got none of that stuff stashed out somewhere, have you, little brother?
Who, me? Heck no.
Couldn't hang on to a dollar if it was tied, Joe. Give me that thing before you wear it out.
That's right. You know, Joe, you need to develop some better habits with your money than that.
Yes, and you're just the one to teach him, aren't you?
Now, listen to this. Joseph, how many times do I have to tell you? It's from Enos Mumford. So, Ben, if you could spare one of your boys for a few weeks to lend me a hand with the stock, I'd be obliged. Some of the stock has been ridden and gentle. I figure about $12 a head. Should be a fair price to finish the job. Your good friend Enos Mumford.
$12 a head, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How many's he got left?
Well, he's got 18 horses.
$12 a head. That'd 18 be...
$216.
Yeah, that's right. That's almost $100. That's better than $100 a week. Figuring 2 weeks to bust them.
I'll go.
Well, wait a minute. At $100 a week, we can both go. I'm pretty near finished that fence anyhow, Paul.
Hold on a minute now. I can't spare everybody. Only one of you can go.
Well, it doesn't make a difference as long as one of us goes.
Yeah, that's all right. You go, Adam.
Well, wait a minute. You two aren't the only ones around here who can sit a bronc.
He's right. He should have a chance to go, too. All right, we'll do it the fair way. We'll draw for it. Let's go. Now, the one who picks the short match will not go. The one who picks the long one will.
Well, 2-to-1 odds isn't too bad.
So we have 2 short ones and 1 long one. Adam?
You go first, little brother.
You're older than I am. You go first.
Oh, come on.
All right, that's it.
Just isn't our day, is it?
Dadgummit of all the cons.
Come on, hoss.
Oh, youth must be served.
Seems a shame to send a boy to do a man's job.
Oh, I think maybe this boy could manage it. Huh?
Yeah, but Paul, all that money in here, just throw it away like he always does.
Well, I agree that his money habits aren't all that they should be.
Well, don't you worry, Pa. Don't you worry about that. Oh, indeedy. Not after seeing this new rifle Adams. I'm going to develop some new money-saving habits.
Would you mind?
Well, I'm glad you're picking up some of your older brother's better habits.
Sure would like to hear from Ben one way or the other.
Yeah, I heard a lot about them Cartwrights. Sure must be something. Folks say they know more about ranching than anybody in the territory.
I wouldn't say that. Though I guess I did teach Ben Cartwright all he knows about ranching. Couldn't help but some of it rub off on his sons.
Both of them.
You learn that $12 a head breaking these broncs.
Yeah, he sure will.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Cora says that you got tossed off of most of them before you hurt your back.
Now, see here, Sam Finney. I wouldn't be repeating that around, you hear? Now, get down off that fence and help me saddle up one of them blasted broncs. I'm not waiting for the Cartwrights.
But Cora says you should stay away from them broncs.
Cora says women should stick to their pies and cooking and leave men's work to a man. Pete, bring him in.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Well, I still think you ought to wait for one of them Cartwrights. Man of your age.
Man, my age? Why, you old coot, I'm 20 years younger than you.
Well, that still puts you past the middling years.
Well, shut up and hold that bronc.
What are you up to? Oh, I do believe, Enos Milford, you must be in your second childhood. You'll be small comfort to me if you break your neck.
Will you stop that screeching and yelling? I'm having enough trouble with this bronc without you. Cut him loose.
Enos, are you all right? Enos.
See what you've done?
What is it?
You broke my watch.
Of all the hard-headed, stubbornest husbands the good Lord ever gave to a woman, you get up and get out of this corral, Enos Milford.
I'll never be able to ride him with you in this corral now.
Land's sakes, little Joe.
Howdy, Mrs. Milford.
Oh, we didn't see you coming. My, how you've grown.
Come on, leave me be. Didn't know when you'd get here.
How are you?
So I just thought I'd take the top off that there jughead.
Good to see you.
He must have stepped in the hole.
Enos.
I'd like you to meet a neighbor friend of mine, Sam Finney.
Sam, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Cartwright.
Just call me Joe.
Oh, just seeing you again, little Joe, makes me realize how time flies.
That's been a long time. Must be about 2 years, Mrs. Milford. How's the ranch going?
Oh, not so good. With taxes and the price of feed up, and me being retired.
You see what I have to put up with? Ever since he's retired, he's been like an old range steer.
Cora, you just handle the house chores and cooking, and I'll handle the business matters in my own way. Speaking of cooking, I'll bet little Joe would like a slice of your famous apple pie you were baking.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Pie.
Yeah.
Oh, Enos. I guess none of us is perfect.
Now, there, little Joe. That little bay there, she's still rough, but I sat her till she started banging me up against the corral fence, and I had to get off.
Yeah, well?
Well, what?
Well, then she's never been rode.
Oh, I sure enough had her whipped until she started bumping my leg against the corral fence.
Yeah, what about the others?
Oh, that Sorrel and Black. Oh, they gave me plenty of trouble.
Well, what about the Sorrel and Black?
Well, the sorrel broke my cinch when I nearly had him until me and him parted company.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What about the Black?
Well, the truth is, I lost the stirrup. And you know as well as I, little Joe, that a bucking horse will generally pile you good if that happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. Mr. Milford, I thought I was stealing when my pa told me he'd pay me $12 a head to break that stock of yours, including the ones that you'd claimed you gentled yourself. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know how many horses out there have thrown you.
But you said you could handle the rough ones.
Oh, I can. I can, but you know, and I know, that any horse out there that's tossed you is going to be tougher to stick on the next time. And I got to stick on those horses till they're broke, where they throw me 50 times or more.
So?
So I'll ride all the stock. And I'll charge you $15 a head for the ones you rode and $12 for the others.
Now, see here, little Joe Cartwright. You're not squeezing me for more money. Talk like that sounds like your pa put you up to it.
My pa did not put me up to this. I put me up to this.
Yeah?
If you don't like the deal, well, get yourself another rider. Well?
How about $13.50?
How about $15?
You're pretty shrewd for a young man.
Yeah, that's a habit I've been developing lately.
All right, little Joe. It's a deal.
Mr. Milford, that's a wise choice.
Oh, howdy, fellas. Hope you didn't come in here to play that dang game again.
No, we didn't come in to play the dang game. We come in to get our danged horse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was coming out there to see you about that.
Hey, ain't nothing happened to him, has it, Leif?
Oh, no, nothing. Nothing, except he eats more than any critter I ever had in here. It's caution how that critter eats. And then with no exercise, he starts kicking down the stall.
Well, then we'll just have to take him off your hands. Get it back to our place.
Oh, well, you got the 160?
Well, not exactly, but...
No buts. No money. No horse.
Oh, now, come on, Leif. Dadgummit, you know me and Adam. You know you'll get your money.
Well, where is it then?
We've overextended ourselves lately, and we're a little short.
Well, your pa's got lots of it. Why don't you get it from him?
Well, you see, every family has its quirks, and under the circumstances, going to our pa is one of them.
Oh. Well, how about little Joe? Everybody knows how he throws his money around. By the way, I ain't seen little Joe lately. Where's he been?
He's been working.
A couple of weeks now.
Yeah, come on, Adam. We'll see you later.
I'll give you just 2 days to get that critter out of here. Why you ever want a Hayburner like that, I'll never know.
Hello, brothers.
Little brother, looks like he's all in one piece, don't it, Adam?
Yeah, but can he move?
Yeah, well, I'm hurting a little bit, but the money kind of soothes all that.
Well, with all that hurting, you must be doing a pretty good job.
If you're hurting too bad, I'll be happy to take over for you.
Oh, that's terribly generous of you, but I think I can handle it. What's it all about? You two certainly didn't come over here just to visit.
Why else would we, little brother?
Well, because it's a long ride from the Ponderosa, and we grew up together, remember?
You know, I think our younger brother is losing a little respect for his elders since he began making all that money.
You're right, Adam. He's getting plumb smart alecky.
Oh, boy. Talk like that sounds like you're about a foot away from cattle rustling.
How would you like to own a real racehorse? Long-legged Kentucky thoroughbred. You see, we got a chance to buy, I should say, steal from this dead-broke horse trader, the swiftest-looking animal you ever laid eyes on. Now, I may have a couple of faults, but when it comes to judging horse flesh, there ain't nobody else in this territory that's better than me. This horse is a winner.
How much you want to borrow?
You know, little Joe seems to be developing a certain kind of hardness, don't he?
We need 160.
How come you didn't borrow it from Pa?
You know how he is about riding stock that you can't work cattle with.
Look, Joe, we just want to buy this horse for the one race there in Virginia City. And we're going to sell him right after he wins.
No, you can't lose. This horse can fly. We'll split the 1,500 three ways, you, horse, and me.
What do I get for security?
Security.
Security?
Security? You want $160?
You can't lose.
Oh, come on, Adam. Look, I know you're a good judge of horse flesh. But you're talking about winning a race that hasn't been run yet. Now, there is a possibility. Well, let me upset you. I know it is a remote possibility, but there is a possibility he could lose.
Hey, Joe, look. Why don't you do me and old Adam a real big favor and loan us that money?
Security.
You loan a third of the horse.
Security.
Joe, you can't lose.
Security.
Security. You keep talking about security. Now, what do you consider security?
Well, what are you yelling at? You want me to spend $160 for that horse? I don't need the horse.
Go ahead.
Hey, well, look at it from my point of view now. You want me to buy a third interest in a horse I've never seen? You want me to buy a pig and a poke without any kind of security, eh?
All right. What do you consider security?
Oh, little things. Your new saddle. And that new rifle Adam just bought.
You are a thief.
Steal from his own kin. Give up on the whole thing.
No, wait. Now, I know that we are only half brothers, but we are brothers. Agreed?
No, I always thought so till now.
All right. Our young brother here wants security for $160. So, let's give it to him. If the horse wins, you get 1/3 of the $1,500 prize money. If he loses, we give you our share of the horse to sell as you so please. Is it a deal?
Is that horse as fast as he says it is?
Like Adam said, he ain't no fool when it comes to judging livestock, Joe.
Well, that saddle of yours wouldn't have done me much good anyway. Size of that thing. But boy, you know, that rifle of Adam's, that's a nice one. So if the horse loses, I want the horse and the rifle.
All right. Shylock.
It's a deal. Hey, it really was nice of Pa and Adam to talk to me about using my head about money.
Yeah, you're getting good at it too, Joe.
I'll go inside and see if I can get that advance.
Excuse me, Adam.
Security.
Well, what brings you boys over here? You get lonesome for little Joseph?
We were. We just got over it. No, we came over to talk about some business.
Yep. I'm afraid it wasn't the smartest thing we ever did, neither.
Well, now, what kind of business you boys in?
We bought ourselves a racehorse.
A racehorse?
A racehorse?
Yes, sir. A real honest-to-gosh thoroughbred. We're going to enter him in that Virginia City race next week.
That a fact?
Enos, get that look out of your eye.
Now, what's wrong, Mrs. Milford?
Enos once bought himself a racehorse. Almost lost his shirt on it, too.
Either one, Cora, if he hadn't have fallen and broke a leg.
Nevertheless, I don't hold with racing or betting. And I'm surprised your pa'd let you boys get mixed up in it.
Well, actually, he hasn't had a chance to say anything about it yet.
Well, now, that's what comes of men living without a woman around. I tell you, whenever a man
Cora,
tries to go
stop
alone...
that cackling and set out some pie for the boys. They've been looking forward to it.
Well, goodness, if I'd only known they were coming, I'd just put the pies in the oven. They're not done yet.
Cora, you're giving me a reputation as a liar. I keep bragging on your cooking, and you keep having pies that ain't done or are all burnt up.
Well, actually, we gotta be getting back to town.
Hey, little Joe, now, here's your money.
Give it a hoss.
Yeah.
Now, you tell your pa what I said about getting mixed up with racehorses, you hear?
Yes.
I think he ought to think twice on it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the coffee.
Enos. Ooh.
I hope Paul don't bust his vest when he finds out what we done.
There's not much we can do about it now. Why don't you go on in and I'll feed him and bed him down.
Now, wait a minute, Adam. You feed him and I'll bed him down, then we'll both go in and talk to Paul.
Come on. You know, you're beginning to act just like another brother of mine.
Oh, Adam, it ain't that. That Burns just a... Well, I sure do hate to face Paul alone, that's all.
Why?
Oh, hello.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Well?
We bought a horse.
You bought a horse?
Yeah, Paul, and he's...
He's taller than anything we have here on the ranch.
Oh, he sure is.
He sure is. You intend to cut cattle or do some roping with this giraffe?
No. This is a racehorse. We bought him straight from Kentucky.
The racehorse? Yeah. Straight from Kentucky. How many times have I told you two that if an animal doesn't carry its own weight here, we don't need it?
No, you don't understand. You see, we're going to enter him in the race in Virginia City, and when we win the $1,500, then we're going to sell him.
But, Paul, he can sure run.
Horse he can sure eat. Regular Hayburner, ain't it?
Paul, Adam took him out for a little run this afternoon, and there ain't a horse on this whole place that can even make him breathe hard.
Oh, that's for sure.
Then wrong?
Yeah, look at his chest.
Yeah. Take a look at these legs, too, Paul. Right here. Eat. Look at those legs, Paul. You ever seen anything like it? Ain't he something?
How's the staying power?
Oh, he can run all day.
What'd you pay for him?
Oh, we what did we pay?
Paul, would you say $400 was too much money to pay for an animal like that?
$400?
Cash money.
You ever put a sale?
Oh, yeah, sure. Got it right here.
What's the matter? Something wrong?
You stole the horse.
What?
Yeah. This horse is worth $1,000.
Didn't I tell you? Huh? Didn't I tell you he's worth every
As a
cent we
matter of
paid
fact,
for him?
he's worth $1,500 to anyone who wants a racehorse.
What do you mean by that, Paul?
Well, I guess the only way you can earn his board and keep is by entering him in that Virginia City race.
That's right. That's right. And that's what we're going to do, Paul.
You are?
The only thing is we're going to have to borrow $25 for the entrance fee.
$25? How'd you boys get that broke?
Well, that's a long, sad story. Now, the point is, Pa, can you loan us 25?
Yeah, and maybe another 100 or so we can make a few side bets.
How much?
75?
$50?
25 for the fee, huh?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll lend you 25 for the fee and $50 apiece for the side bets.
Hey. Great.
Of course, if I'm going to lend you that kind of money, I'm afraid I'm simply going to have to...
We know, Paul. Security.
Yeah.
These are really good cookies, ma'am.
Well, thank you.
Well, I've been meaning to tell you, little Joe, you've been doing a fine job. Near as good as me in my younger days.
Thank you.
But for $15...
Enos, now don't start that again.
Well, Cora, it's getting late now. You should get ready for bed.
Yeah, I think you're right. Night, little Joe.
Good night, man. Pleasant dreams.
Enos.
So, hold it up. We gotta put the stock to bed, so you go to bed. Good night, dear.
Why don't you shave once in a while?
I will, honey. Good night. I'll be up later.
Now, we better get that stock checked.
Oh, no. Just a minute. Want to ask you something. That little black horse you were breaking, he as fast as he looks?
Mm-hmm. It's about the fastest little animal I ever rode.
How long you think it would take to get him set for racing?
Racing? You're not figuring on racing that horse, are you?
Well, it might be if you thought we could get him ready by time. You know, that $1,500 purse is mighty inviting.
You figuring on riding him?
Well, I couldn't, but I thought maybe you'd like to. Of course, naturally, I'd make it worth your while. You win, I'll give you $400.
Oh, I don't know, though. You know, my brother's having that horse in the race. It just doesn't seem right for me to ride against him.
Now, little Joe, you just don't understand. Now, you can't lose.
Well, what a race. Nobody can lose it.
Don't you remember? You told me if the thoroughbred wins, you get $500 of the purse, plus the third interest of the horse.
That's right.
But if Blackie wins, you get $400, and the brothers have to give you the thoroughbred and the rifle.
Hey, you know, Mr. Milford, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, well, you were just looking at one side of it.
Yeah, I guess I was.
Yeah. Got something I want to show you. Now, what you're about to see may be our ace in the hole. An English riding saddle.
Yeah, was that all of it?
Yeah, I've had this one for a long time. All I had left after that racehorse of mine fell down and broke his leg. Feel his weight.
Hey. Hey, that thing doesn't hardly weigh anything at all, does it?
Yeah, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if a horse could run a mite faster with this on his back instead of one of ours.
You know, I bet you're right. I bet you are right.
Yeah.
I just wonder if the racing committee lets you use it.
Oh, I've already checked the rules. It says all horses will be ridden with a saddle. Now, just because this one looks more like a napkin with stirrups on it, nobody can say it ain't a proper saddle.
It's a saddle, all right.
Yeah.
Boy, you really checked this thing out, huh?
I sure did.
There's just one thing.
What?
Well, I think that for training and riding this horse, it's just worth more than $400. Just to be fair, I should get $500. $500, you got yourself a rider.
$450.
$500.
$500. You know, little Joe, I'm beginning to think the only way to get ahead of you is walk behind you. Now, just one more little favor. Let's keep this kind of a secret from Cora, I mean, you know. You know how she feels about racing.
Don't you worry about it. So, Mr. Milford, there's one thing you and I understand. It's women.
Enid!
Yes, dear.
Hey, the saddle.
Oh, the saddle.
Here he comes. Hey, sure can run. Gonna take a mighty good horse to beat him.
I hope you're right. We'll find out day after tomorrow.
I'm glad you're on our side this time, you old cook.
I've got a feeling your brother's gonna do some yelling about this saddle.
I got a feeling they're going to do some yelling about who's sitting in that saddle.
Hey, little brother. Glad to see you here. Came to see our horse win, huh? You can start counting your money right now.
Oh, Mr. Milford, what you got here?
A horse. A racehorse.
A racehorse. You ain't planning on running this little puny thing against that big long-legged thoroughbred of ours, are you?
Who's gonna ride him?
Well, I was meaning to talk to you about that, Adam, but I've been so busy all week.
What you're trying not to tell me is that you were going to ride him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, wait a minute, Joe. You mean you're going to ride this horse against our racehorse? You got a third interest in him yourself.
We know that, but that ain't enough.
Wait a minute. Come again on that a little bit slower, Mr. Milford.
Look, if he wins from me, he gets $500 for riding, plus all your losing horse, plus your rifle at him. But if he loses and you win, he gets $500 from the prize and only a third of your horse.
You know, it seems to me that our little brother has learned some very interesting ways since he left the home hearth.
Yes, sir. He's putting together some real dandy little tricks, ain't he?
Yeah, well, you fellas told me I should get better habits about saving money.
Don't you think you're overdoing it, little brother?
Well, I wouldn't worry too much. Looks like a pretty small horse. You think he can last the race in a dead run?
Just would like you to clean and polish that rifle of yours before you give it to me.
Race isn't run yet.
Come on, Adam. We got to get saddled up anyhow.
Well, B, what kind of a saddle's little Joe sitting?
It looks like one of those English kind, huh?
I'm not too sure an English saddle is acceptable in this race.
Now, Clem, if Venus is using one on his horse, you can believe it. He's read the rules pretty close.
I don't know, Ben.
bit grand, wouldn't you say?
Yes, there's some question about that saddle there.
Well, now, Clem, according to the rules, it says all mounts will be ridden with a saddle. Now, I reckon out here that this little piece of leather wouldn't be considered much of one. But it's made of leather, got a seat, stirrups, and tied on with a cinch. Now, if that don't make a saddle, I don't know what does.
Well, Clem, he's right, you know. If you want to change the rules, you're going to have to wait till next year. Right now, he's got to.
Let's get on with the race.
You all know the rules of the race. In case some of you have forgotten, here they are. All you riders know the big elm tree about a half mile out of town. Well, you all circle it. Tree on your right, and back here to the finish.
You know, read them good now. Read them, yeah? Yeah, come on.
Now, don't get too excited, Enos. Remember what happened last time?
Now, Sam, you promised not to tell it.
He didn't. I saw you sneak off this morning. I just made Sam drive me in.
Enos, they're going to start.
Well, at least you can put that fool horse back to work after he loses.
Woman, why don't you go burn a pie?
On your marks. Get set. Go.
Such a small horse, but you did it.
Well, I think the weight of that saddle might have made a little difference.
Mustn't hurts. I gotta admit, it's the prettiest race I ever seen run, Joe.
Thank you.
Well, this thoroughbred just isn't as thorough as I thought he was.
Too bad, Adam, but it was a good race. Little Joe, you really slicker them with that little saddle of yours.
I'll pay you all off. I'll pay you all off much as I hate to.
All right.
Congratulations, little Joe. Come on, let's give our horse a rub down. Come on.
All right, partner.
Yeah.
You take him.
Huh? Come on.
And, now I'll take my other horse.
Don't remind me.
I don't think I like this much. What's the matter? Oh, you too? Here.
Enos Milford,
Now, Cora.
have you lost your senses?
Cora, let me explain.
But what do you want him for? He ain't good for anything on the ranch.
Oh, just look at him, Cora. Just look at him. As pretty an animal as God ever created. And I just couldn't resist trading Blackie for him.
But at least Blackie was good for something beside fool horse racing.
Mother, this big horse means a lot to me. Oh, sure, I know he's useless, but I've always wanted a thoroughbred. And even if all he can do is eat and whinny, it's, sort of something I've wanted ever since I was a boy.
Enos, sometimes I'll just never understand men. Oh, let's take this big Hayburner and get home.
Thanks for the horse.
Enos got himself a mighty fine animal.
Mr. Milford wanted that thoroughbred so bad, Pa, I couldn't very well refuse him. Besides, old Blackie here's nothing but working stock. That's a beauty. I got a scabbard.
Looks like little Joe won all the marbles. Cinch race.
You fellas in that animal sure cost me a lot of money. Here you are, horse. Here's what you won.
How about a beer, Leaf? I'll buy you a beer. Come on.
Just a minute. What is going on here?
Well, Adam, you see, I put up my new saddle for security to borrow the money to make that bet with.
But we lost.
I know you did, Adam, and I'm sorry about that.
Now, let me get this straight. You are telling me that you bet against our horse?
Adam, old Leif was making such good odds, I just couldn't resist. Well, Adam, wait a minute. I'll tell you what I'll do, Adam. Why don't you take this money and buy your rifle back? I won't, no security. How about, how come I don't go down and buy you a beer, Leif? I'll buy you a beer, too, Leif. I'll buy everybody a beer. You want a beer? You know what you're out tonight? You don't want the money.
How much do you want to bet on this one?
What you got for security? Howdy, ma'am. Can I help you?
Is your name Cartwright by any chance?
Yes, ma'am, it sure is.
Hey!
Ma, you could hurt him knocking him down like that.
No more than he hurt us. You, sir, are a thoughtless, despicable cur. We came all the way from Carson City because of this advertisement. Go ahead, read it, Mr. Cartwright. You just read it.
Wanted elementary school teacher. Apply Virginia City. Ben Cartwright, school chairman.
Not one word about male or female, is there?
No, ma'am, there isn't.
Oh, you think it's funny? Coming all this way just to have some man down at the school building tell me that no women need apply. Why, my little boy and I sacrificed every penny. Suffered great hardship and danger just in order to get here.
I'm sure my pa will make it up to you, ma'am.
Your pa?
Oh, yeah, see, that's the Ben Cartwright, the school commissioner.
That's...
No, that's pa. That's Ben. I'm Joe. I'm just one of the sons.
Well, very well, then. You may bring your father here to me.
Oh, I wish I could bring him here, ma'am. But he's in town right now with my two brothers. But he'll be back. Why don't you go inside and wait and have dinner with us?
No, thank you very much. I'm afraid we can't spare the time. We must get back to town.
It's an awful long ride back to town. Besides, the boy here looks like he's got a hole in his stomach.
I do. I'm hungry.
Tommy, how can you say that?
Well, maybe it's because it's true. Hey, look, why don't you stay for dinner? I'm sure if you talk to my pa, he'll straighten everything out.
Sure, we'd love to.
Well, all right.
Tommy, you take care of your mother. I'll put your horse away.
Okay, come on. See? You didn't have to do it. It was just a waste of time.
Oh, no, Tommy. I don't think I wasted my time. Not at all. Surrounded by such handsome men and such hospitality, how could a lady not forgive you, Mr. Cartwright?
Well, I'll try not to take advantage of that when we discuss some suitable arrangement for that terrible oversight in the advertisement.
Why, thank you, sir.
Well.
I'm afraid I'm a little bit bigger than he is.
You got him cleaned all over. What magic do you have?
No magic. It was easy. Just scrubbed him.
Huh?
Well, I don't want to take all the credit. Hop Sing held him.
And Hop Sing just take a bath yesterday. Here's some cookie for you because you eat your dinner so good.
Man, I'll take 2 baths tomorrow.
Oh, now, Tommy, dear, please don't start making any plans. We're leaving in the morning.
All right, Mom.
Oh, why so soon?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't convince your father that I should get that job.
Oh, Mrs. Grant, actually, it was the school board's decision that they wanted a male teacher.
I think Mrs. Grant understands that part, just that it's kind of a long trip back to Carson City. Might be a good idea if you just stay here for a while, just for rest.
Oh, no, why, that would be imposing. I couldn't think of that.
Oh, well, you didn't think of it. I did.
Well, of course, you're more than welcome, Mrs. Grant.
Well, I have made other plans.
Oh, why can't you change your plans? Well, just for a little while. I think Tommy's counting on it.
Well, all right, then. For 2 days.
Good. Tomorrow morning, I'll take you for a ride, and you'll see some of the most beautiful country in the world.
Oh, I'd like that. If it won't take you away from your work.
But you see, that is his work. While the rest of us ride the range and tend the stock on the Ponderosa, he is in charge of the scenery.
It's not that I'm biased, Mrs. Grant, which of course I am. But I do think that a trip around the Ponderosa will be much more pleasant than teaching school in Virginia City.
Oh, I'm positive of that, Mr. Cartwright. Not that teaching children isn't pleasant, too.
Oh, really? The other teachers seem to regard it as a kind of war. You know, the kids fighting to go fishing and hunting, and the teachers fighting to keep their minds on Mr. McGuffey.
Well, he is important, you know, but... Well, there's no beauty in it. No culture. Not like in the classics.
Did you say the classics?
Precisely, Mr. Cartwright. Marlowe, Johnson, and, of course, the immortal bard himself, Mr. William Shakespeare.
Well, very inspiring, of course. I don't know if the children would understand reading Shakespeare.
Reading? No, Mr. Cartwright. No, you see, I speak it to them. Enact it. The spoken word is far more exciting than the printed one.
She's an actress.
Oh, you, are an actress, too?
Well, you see, we of the theater... Well, there's an off-season, and sometimes we find it necessary to take other jobs. Of course, back east, people understand and accept this. But out here, well, people are a bit ignorant of the theater. And they seem to think that an actress is a saloon girl.
Oh, well, I don't think everybody feels that way.
What he means is that Virginia City boasts one of the greatest opera houses this side of Chicago. As a matter of fact, the touring companies play to capacity crowds here.
Oh, how wonderful to hear that. Well, we who tour back east didn't realize how civilized it was beginning to get out here.
Yes, it's a common mistake, Mrs. Grant.
Well, I'll see what I can do to change it. A few letters from me to such illustrious artists as Madame Siddons and Fanny Kimball might bring them out here, too.
Oh, you've played with Madame Siddons and Kemble?
Oh, yes. The Wayward Girl, Now in Spring. Magnificent productions.
Didn't Edwin Booth tour in those?
Oh, Edwin Booth. Such a great actor.
Yes, and a great man.
Oh, you've met him?
Yes, I've known him since college.
Ma, I'd like to go to bed now.
Oh, of course, my love. You must be sleepy. Look, you go on up to bed, and I'll be up to kiss you very soon.
Okay.
Come on, Tommy, I'll carry you up, all right? There you go. Now, this is going to be a ride on a real bucking bronc. Ready? Here we go. Hold on.
Ma! Don't talk too long.
Good night. Here we go. Hold on. Oh, Red.
Tommy's really taken with Joe.
I suppose that's because Joe is not much more than a youngster himself.
Youngster?
Well, he's just turned 22.
Oh, yes, well, that is young, isn't it?
Oh, I was just out checking Miss Grant's horse. He's going to need to be shot all the way around.
Well, there's no hurry about that. Mrs. Grant is going to be staying on for a few days.
Hey, that young son of yours is going to be mighty happy about that.
Dinner ready pretty soon.
Good. Gotta go wash up. See you in a minute.
Hey, get up there in the bed. There you go. Let's get under these covers. Get nice and warm.
She don't mean no harm, Joe. Honest.
And no harm about what, Tom?
About saying she's an actress.
Oh.
Before Pa died, he used to take care of us real good.
Your mom's real serious about being an actress, isn't she?
I don't know. But she don't know all those people like she says. She just talks that way. Don't be mad at her.
Tommy, the last thing I'd ever be is mad at your mom. Listen, does your ma take care of you just on what she makes teaching school?
A school teacher? Oh, no. I'm never supposed to tell how she earns her money.
In that case, you better not.
But I want to. She sings in a saloon. Ma says it ain't cultured. Ain't something actresses should do.
Well, I don't know. It sure is nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing wrong with singing in saloons.
You know, Ma sings real good, Joe. Honest.
Yeah, I bet she does, Tommy. And you better get some good sleep or you'll be too tired for that picnic tomorrow.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Early this morning, just as the sun was rising, you might have heard me singing in the valley below. Oh, don't deceive me. Oh, never leave me. How could you use a poor maiden so? Remember the flowers that you brought to me daily. Remember the vows that you made to be true. Oh, don't deceive me. Oh, never leave me. How could you use a poor maiden so? Oh, promise you'll cherish me and cling to me dearly. Promise you'll marry me and save me from the grave. Oh, don't deceive me. Oh, never leave me. How could you use a poor maiden so?
Julia?
I've got to clean up this mess.
Come on, what's the matter?
Would you please get Tommy? We've got to go back to the house and pack. I mean, we're leaving for San Francisco in the morning.
I'm not gonna go anywhere. You tell me what's the matter. You're frightened, aren't you?
Frightened? Now, what would I be frightened of?
Of what just happened?
Oh, that, Joe. Well, you're just a boy.
Oh, so that's it. Yeah, well, how old are you, Grandma?
I am 27, and you have just turned 22.
Well, that meant a lot when you were 5 and I was 1, but it doesn't mean much now, does it?
Oh, let's forget it, Joe. Look, the age difference isn't important, although no woman wants to...
No woman wants to what? Fall in love with a man that's younger than herself?
Look, it's not that. It's just that there's something that I've got to do.
Tell me what it is.
Well, it's a very long story, I'm afraid.
I'm a good listener. Try me.
All right. I don't know where to begin. Well, I guess it all started when Frank died. That was my husband. I had to earn a living, and, well, jobs weren't easy to come by for women. But there was this actress named Millicent Hubbard, I remember. She was playing with her traveling troupe in Omaha. And I got a job as a company seamstress, personal maid to Miss Hubbard, and bit player, all for $12 a week. That wasn't very much, but it was enough for us to keep from starving. But more important than that, I don't know, there was this feeling. When I went out on that stage, even with that tiny little part, just knowing that all of those hundreds of people out there in the darkness watching me, hanging on every word I'd say, watching every move. It was like, oh, you're gonna laugh, but I felt I was the most important human being in the whole world. I expected you to laugh.
I wouldn't laugh at anything you said. Besides, I think it's good. I think it's important that somebody has something like that they believe so strongly about. It makes life worthwhile.
You know, Joe, I didn't really want that teaching job. I don't want to teach. I don't want to do anything except act. And boy, I'd do anything for that. I just wanted to make your father feel guilty so that he'd be forced to pay me a few dollars and we'd maybe get a few free meals besides. You see, that's the way I am. I'll lie, I'll cheat, I'll maybe even steal. I don't know. But I do know that I don't want to hurt you. And I might if I stay here.
If you leave, you'll hurt me more. I'll go get Tommy.
Hey, little buddy, you can't have seconds until you eat your first.
I just ain't hungry, I guess. Seeing as how we're leaving early tomorrow, I better go to bed. You taking me up, Joe?
No, darling. Joe isn't finished with his dinner yet. I'll put you to bed. Come on.
Hey, Tommy, I'll be up in a minute to tuck you in, all right?
Night.
Mrs. Grant.
Oh, you go on up, dear. I'll be right there.
I've been thinking about that advertisement I placed. And the long trip you made and all for nothing. Well, I was wondering if perhaps a month's salary wouldn't be a fair settlement.
Oh, no, Mr. Cartwright, you don't owe me anything. Well, that was all a silly mistake.
Well, it would make me feel better. And, well, with the prices being so sky high in San Francisco, I think every little bit would help, don't you?
Oh, please, please don't worry. Why, the impresarios are casting all their touring companies now. Why, I bet that with inside a week, I'll have a big part in an important production.
Well, if she's going to depend on her acting ability to feed herself and that boy, I see two hungry people.
Well, why don't you keep your opinions to yourself? I don't know why you think you're a critic.
I'm sorry, Joe, no offense. But, you know, you could be doing a very nice thing if you would talk her out of trying to make a career for herself as an actress.
Right to sleep, Tommy. We've got a big day ahead of us tomorrow. Oh, you're gonna love San Francisco. So many things to do and places to see.
With no money?
Well, now, you mustn't worry about that, darling. Mommy'll get a big part this time. I just know it. And you've got to believe that, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's different in San Francisco. It's not as crowded. They need actresses.
Sure, Ma. I'm kind of sleepy.
Of course you are, darling.
Good night.
Good night, sweetheart.
Julia? Julia, it's important. Let me in, huh?
Come in, Joe.
Listening to you sing today gave me an idea. Would you like to earn a few $100s before you left?
What do you mean?
Well, you know I don't want you to leave, and you can use the money, so I figured out a way to help both of us.
Oh, and what way is that?
I have a friend named Jim Larkin who's always in the market for a good singer.
Singer? For what? Where?
Just the finest club in Virginia City.
You mean a saloon? How dare you suggest such a thing?
Julia, no saloon pays a singer $50 a week.
$50?
$50. I told you it was no saloon.
Well, that would make it easier. I mean, in case rehearsals don't start right away in San Francisco.
Of course it would. Now you're talking.
Oh, there I go again. Joe, I've sung in saloons lots of times.
Oh, yeah? Well, this will make it all easier then. Besides, I'll bring my whole family opening night.
Well, Joe, as you see, I've spread the word. She's good tonight as she was at those tryouts. This place will be packed like this every night.
Well, don't you worry about it, Jim. You won't be disappointed.
I'll try not to. Where's your brothers? Boss, Adam?
Jim, hi.
Sit down. Take a chair. I got a waiter for you.
How you doing?
How's it going, Joe?
Hey, 3 beers. 3 beers. Where's Pa?
Oh, Tommy ran him into a game of checkers, and guess what? He's already beat Paul 3 out of 5.
Hey, looks like we're gonna have some fun here tonight.
Yeah.
Friends, when you got a beautiful girl who can sing like a bird, well, like the man says, you don't talk about it. You just, you bring her on. I'd like to have you meet Miss Julia Grant.
I'd like to sing a lullaby my mother taught me. when you look around, young gals, and there's no one left to marry, and you wish you hadn't wasted time on Tom and Dick and Harry. Oh, don't lose hope. The country's full of men who'll end your fears. The kind who love to stay out nights and watch a herd of steers. They're waiting there for you out where the skies are blue. Go west, young gal, go west. You'll want to fall for their mating call. Go west, young gal, go west. They will seem so harmless and so very sweet. Keep your guard up, a little dame. For those guys with their size and their lives take the prize in love's old game. They're waiting there for you out where the skies are blue. Go west, young gal, go west. You'll find you want to fall for their mating call. Go west, young gal, go west. They will seem so harmless and so very tame, but keep your guard up, a little dame. For those guys with their size and their lives tantalize, and you lose love, danger, and
That was wonderful, baby. Absolutely wonderful. How about letting us buy you a little drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm afraid I couldn't.
Oh, come on. The boys are all hankering to meet up with you.
No,
Why, you're the prettiest thing that's hit this town in a coon's age.
Well, I...
You hear what the lady said. What's that? Just keep your hands off her. Sure, I'm just trying to buy her a little drink.
Well, you're not going to buy her a drink, and neither is anybody else.
Oh, come on, Joe. Got you outnumbered.
Wait a minute! You're gonna rip this joint! Get out!
It seems as though the family honor is at stake.
I ain't never been in a fight without my hat.
Morning.
Morning, Paul.
What's that?
Huh?
How'd that happen?
Oh. I didn't have my hat on.
Were you in a fight last night?
There wasn't no quilling me, Paul.
What kind of a brawl were you three in?
That was the opening performance of his friend.
It was that Chuck Miller, though, Pa. Wasn't us. He got out of line, and all we tried to do is... Oh.
You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, all three of you, particularly you, Joe. Did they tell you what they did last night, Mr. Cartwright?
Well, so far they've just sent up some smoke signals.
I've never been so humiliated in my life.
Oh, there you are. Well, my place is a shambles. I've been up... Excuse me. Been up all night trying to glue it back together again. Do you know how much damage you did in there last night, little Joe? Huh? $150 worth, at least. And you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay every red cent of it.
Yeah, well, why doesn't Chuck Miller pay part of it?
Well, why should he? All he did was offer to buy the young lady a drink. She's going to work in saloons. She's got to get used to that. As soon as I find out exactly how much the damage was, I'm going to send you a bill. It's because you pay the woman's salary doesn't mean you can come in and wreck my place. Morning, Don.
What did he mean, pay my salary?
Oh, look, it doesn't amount to anything.
Well, wait a minute. All it amounts to is that you are paying my salary. Isn't that it?
No, that is not it at all.
Oh.
Julia, please believe me, the only reason I did...
Get upstairs and pack your bags. We are getting out of here immediately.
Julia, please listen to me.
I thought we were going to stay. You heard me. Get up and pack your bags. I'm humiliated. I've never been so humiliated in my life.
thought I was doing the right thing. Guess there's no use pretending anymore. You know how I feel about her.
Why don't you go up to Goy?
Oh, yeah. What am I going to say?
I'll talk to her.
Oh, it's not going to do any good, Pa. Now's not the time. That's what I need, some time, if I just had a few days so I could talk to her, explain to her why I did those things, how I feel about her.
Well, I know how to keep her here if you're really interested.
Yeah, how's that?
Edwin Booth. He's going to be in town in a couple of days. Talk to him and see if I can't set up a private reading for her. I'm sure she'll be glad to stick around for that.
Yes, I believe she would.
Well, you know, I know she would. That'd give me the few days. That's what I need.
Go tell her.
Go ahead. Thanks, Adam.
You know what's going to happen in that reading, don't you?
Well, if she isn't any good, he'll say so. Booth's that kind of a man.
She ain't meant to be on the stage. She's got to find out sooner or later.
A little rough on her.
Adam! Well, all my life I've been hoping for something like this. Are you sure you can arrange it?
Yes, I think so. Mr. Booth and his manager, Mr. Forrester, are going to be in Virginia City in the next couple of days, and, well, I think we could work out something if you're really interested.
If I'm really interested. Well, just to get the chance. A private audition with Mr. Booth and Mr. Forrester? Why, that could mean the difference between years of waiting and success.
That's true. I think you'll find they're both very fair people.
Oh, Adam, I don't know how to thank you.
Your staying is thanks enough.
Oh, that's for you and for all your wonderful sons.
Mom, I'm all packed.
Well, you can just unpack it. We're staying.
Oh, whoa!
That's the way to do it, little buddy. Hey, man. That's real good, Tom.
Horace, what's an audition?
Well, I don't rightly know, Tommy. I reckon it's something pretty important, though, because your mama sure puts a lot of story in it, don't you?
Indeed, a wonderful effort, young woman. A wonderful effort.
Very interesting. Very.
Oh, thank you. You don't know how much I appreciate this opportunity.
It's been our pleasure, Julia.
You see, we don't know what plays we're going to do until we reach San Francisco, so we can't promise anything at the moment.
Oh, I understand that, Mr. Forrester. Oh, Joe. Oh, I feel like wide open space, like conquering the world. Will you take me for a drive, please?
I'd love to take you for a drive.
I'll freshen up a bit.
Oh, gentlemen, please, forgive me. Won't you have a brandy?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Cartwright.
Pleasant.
There we are.
Well, Edwin, I never thought I could be so wrong.
You're not wrong, Adam.
Oh, what do you mean?
Adam, you've known me for a long time. And you know that the one thing I cannot be dishonest about is my regard for professional standards.
But the way you looked, the way you talked, I thought you liked her.
Your brother Adam asked us to be kind, no matter what the verdict.
Well, what is the verdict, gentlemen? In so many words.
To be frank, Mr. Cartwright, Julia has more than her share of beauty. But as a dramatic actress, she is distressingly bad.
I hadn't thought about how much this had hurt her. It's not going to be easy to tell her.
In a week or two, I'll write to her, and I'll let her down lightly.
Thank you, sir.
I think we better get back to town.
Thank you very much for coming out.
Goodbye, Mr. Carfax. Forrester.
Who is it?
It's Joe.
Come in, Joe.
You heard, didn't you?
Yes, I heard. Well, you know what's bothering them. Professional jealousy. Oh, that Booth. He's afraid to see anybody else come along with talent.
Look, I know how you must feel. If there's any way I can help you, if there's anything I can do.
But I'll show them. Oh, boy, I'm going to show all of you.
Well, then you're going to go ahead with your plans. You're going to go to San Francisco.
You bet I am. And I'm going to be a big success. You can tell your Mr. Edwin Booth that.
Well, all right, then. Well, maybe there's some way I can help you if you need any money or something.
No. Thank you very much. I am perfectly able to take care of myself and Tommy. Yes, even to the point of paying you back that salary you gave Mr. Larkin. I'm going to go to work for him at regular pay. Oh, he'll hire me. He knows a good attraction when he sees one.
Well, at least you'll be in town. I'll get to see you once in a while.
Oh, you can see me anytime. Starting tonight. Why, you just come down to Mr. Larkin's fancy saloon and pay for a table.
Hi, Pa.
Oh, well, we've been waiting for you. Where have you been?
Just stopped over the hotel, make sure Tommy was all right.
Oh? What's he doing?
Well, he's in there playing checkers with the desk clerk.
How's he making out?
Beating the pants off him.
Figures.
Joe, Miss Grant wants to see you.
Right. I'll see you later, Pa.
Julia, it's Joe.
Come in, Joe.
Hi.
Joe, I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry for what? You had every right to be angry at all of us.
Dear Joe, you know I sounded like a fool yesterday.
You could never sound like a fool to me.
You know, it's a funny thing, but I guess I've always known that what Mr. Booth and Mr. Forrester said was true. But the more I failed, the more I tried, and the more determined I got, till I built myself such a life of lies, I couldn't let go.
Oh, how do you know? You never tried. You know, it's really not so bad. There's lots of things in this life besides the stage. Lots of things.
Joe, I've wanted to love you from the first moment I saw you. But I was afraid it might interfere with my dream world of the theater. Can you honestly see yourself waiting outside of stage doors in Sacramento, Brownsville, Omaha, first night stands halfway across the country?
Why talk about something that's not gonna happen? Something that's all in the past.
It is in the past. Mr. Booth finally made me accept that. Oh, Joe, if you really want me.
I want you. I want you more than anything else in the world.
Julia, time for your next number. Everybody's waiting.
She heard you, Jim.
Yeah?
He's got great timing. See you after your song. Oh, I love you. Sing good.
Well, you look very happy.
Yeah, I am.
Any particular reason?
I'm gonna ask Julia to marry me tonight. Don't worry, everything worked out fine, too. She's through with acting.
Congratulations, little boy.
Thanks.
Friends, here she is again, the pride of Virginia City, Julia Grant.
Well, here comes the attraction of the evening.
A very beautiful attraction indeed.
I'm a girl who's got an ailment. To recover, there's no chance. My dear old family doctor found there's nothing he can lance. The poor man tried all sorts of pills and drugs distilled from plants. What lays me low? I can't say no to anything in pants. It's because of my buckles, my shiny silver buckles on the toes of my pretty purple shoes. It's because of my buckles, my shiny silver buckles on the toes of my pretty purple shoes. Oh, my little silver buckles seem to give the boys a thrill. They stand and stare. I do declare I get the darndest chill. If I choose one lad to shine them, why, the rest are fit to kill. What can I do? What would you do? I give them all their fill. I'll polish my buckles, my shiny silver buckles on the toes of my pretty purple shoes. I'll polish my buckles, my shiny silver buckles on the toes of my pretty purple shoes. Now Tim Rooney was most ill-advised. We buried him today. A sweeter boy you'd never meet, but selfish all the way. They're mine, he cried, all mine, and I will fight till Judgment Day. For my sole right, both day and night, to save them from decay. I'll defend with me knuckles the right to shine them buckles on the toes of them pretty purple shoes. Yes, I'll defend with me knuckles the right to shine them buckles on the toes of them pretty purple shoes. So hey there, young and handsome, if you're looking for a ball, just stroll around most any night and pay a friendly call. You may get to shine my buckles as the moonbeams on them fall. For I can't say no to friend or foe if he's handsome, dark, and tall. You can polish up my buckles, my shiny silver buckles on the toes of my pretty purple shoes. You can polish up my buckles, my shiny silver buckles on the toes of my pretty purple shoes.
I think we found the leading lady for the Bohemian Girl.
Exactly.
She'd be perfect for it. Perfect.
I thought you said she was so terrible.
As a dramatic actress, young man, but this gay, warm, exciting personality, this is what she's really like.
Well, gentlemen, I'm afraid you're too late. That young lady has given up the stage.
I have you to thank for that, Mr. Booth.
I think I ought to warn you, Joseph. There's a saying in the theater, the stage gives you up. You never give up the stage. In this case, I hope for your sake that that's not true.
Magnificent. Look at them. She's got them all on a string.
applause.
Yeah, it's great. Why don't we go inside? I have something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, Joe, I am the happiest girl in the world. Oh, it's so good just to have your arms around me like this. Hold me tight.
Oh, you're really happy.
I really am, yes.
Would you be happier? Would you be happier if you knew you were going to be the leading lady in Bohemian Girl?
The what? What made you ask a silly question like that?
Look, just suppose it happened. What then?
I am through with supposing, remember? From now on, it's reality. From now on, I'm on the other side of the footlights. As Mrs. Joseph Cartwright, I hope.
It is reality. Booth and Forrester want you for the leading lady in Bohemian Girl. Probably want you to leave for San Francisco tomorrow morning.
Oh, you're making it up.
No, I'm not. No, I watched them out there. They loved you. They thought you were the greatest thing in the world.
It happened. It really happened. A leading lady with J.B. Forrester. We're to be in the same company with Edwin Booth. Do you know what that means, Joe? That means I'll be famous. Why, there'll be pictures of me all over the country. Everybody will want to know me. Why, I'll be entertained by royalty all over the world. Joe, I didn't mean.
Oh, yes, you did.
No.
Oh, sure you did. You're happier than I've ever seen you before. Oh, look, I don't blame you. I'm the guy that knows all about that dream, remember? Now it's come true.
Well, we could go to San Francisco together.
No. Well, San Francisco and Omaha and Cheyenne. Entertained by royalty all over the world. That's your life. I can't share you with the whole world. God knows I wish I could, but I'm just not that kind of guy.
Well, then I'll pass it up, Joe. We'll be married, and I'll be a good wife. I will.
Please don't try to convince yourself. Please. Oh, look, I know you try. But your heart would just be somewhere else. So I have to have all your heart. I love you too much to have it any other way. Hey. Hey, look at me. Come on, where's that smile? I want you to have a smile when you go out there. I want you to be beautiful when you go out there to see Mr. Booth. You are so beautiful. Come on. Come on.
I'm glad Tommy insisted on coming out here to say goodbye. I don't think I'd have had the courage. Joe, I still don't know how to say it.
Oh, don't say anything then.
I'll tell you, Tommy, little buddy, old Hops ain't fixed up such a good lunch here. I'm a good mind just to go with you.
Thank you. Come on, Tommy.
Mrs. Grant? Just want to wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you, Mr. Cartwright. Goodbye, Hoss.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, Hoss.
Bye, little buddy.
Bye.
Chào cả mọi người. Hôm nay bên em lại về một chiếc Vios G số tự động sản xuất 2019. Chiếc xe phiên bản màu đen và đã có màu nũ. Và con này rất là tiếc một chút là nó lại bị qua mùa nũ rồi. Vì vậy là giá cả nó sẽ rất là rẻ thôi. Tuy nhiên là trước khi báo giá em sẽ quay tổng thể chiếc xe. Vios là một trong những dòng xe rất là bền bỉ, tiết kiệm nhiên liệu và cũng gọi là nồi đồng quý đá đấy. Tuy nhiên là có cái thương hiệu Toyota thì đương nhiên là giá xe nó rất là đắt so với các dòng khác. Các bạn có thể thấy rằng lốp la răng còn rất là mới, tên lăm cửa mạ chrome, xi nhan tích hợp ở gương. Đấy, nếu mà em không nói thì chắc là mọi người cũng không biết là con này có vấn đề gì đâu. Đấy, đây là cái đầu tiên.